This is part 2, episode 145. An exclamation was emitted from Yunyun's mouth while her face turned completely red. Immediately, her hand was waved suddenly. Wind danced and the soft blanket on the bed flew up, before completely wrapping around the alluring body. Yunyun's expression only became a little better after her lovely body was hidden within the blanket. She lifted her pretty face and stared at Xiao Yan with embarrassment and anger. She demanded, "Why are you still watching?" Although she was currently covered by a blanket, the blanket was quite thin. When it covered over Yunyun's lovely body, it still ended up revealing an alluring curve. After being set off by the bright red face that was filled with shyness, the scene was sufficient to cause quite a number of men to bleed wildly from their nostrils. Xiao Yan coughed dryly. He withdrew his eyes in an extremely calm manner and said, "This has nothing to do with me. You are the one who blasted it apart." Hearing these words of Xiao Yan, Yunyun involuntarily felt speechless and furious despite usually being calm. This brat was actually someone who proclaimed innocence despite having taken advantage of her. Xiao Yan did not dare to be overly entangled over this topic when he saw Yunyun was showing signs of becoming mad. He hurriedly asked, "How do you feel now?" "All right. A crack line has been torn on the seal by you. Currently, there's quite a lot of dough chi continuously flowing out from the seal. This speed is coincidentally within the boundary that I can refine." Yunyun snapped. However, the redness on her face gradually faded. "Yes, that's fine," Xiao Yang nodded slightly. He voiced his thoughts. The dough chi that is left behind by that granny Hua is really too frightening. If you can completely refine it, you might be able to reach the height of hers when she was alive. Moreover, you are still young. There is a great amount of room for you to improve. Should you end up gaining some great opportunity in the future, it is not impossible for you to even reach the Do Xing class. Do Xing. Yunyun was involuntarily startled when she heard this legendary height. Immediately, she shook her head helplessly. That matter was too far away. Being able to leap to the Do Zun class during these years was already a great blessing that the heavens had given her. As for whatever Do Xing, she had really never thought about it. I have quite a number of enemies in the Central Plains. Moreover, each of them are extremely fierce. Ha ha, if you become an elite Do Xing in the future, I can take shelter under this big tree of yours." Xiao Yang joked. Yunyun looked at the young face, which was covered with a warm smile, in a stunned manner when she heard Xiao Yang's joke. She was a little quiet and felt a heartache. Everyone could only see his glory and achievement on the surface. However, they forget just how much hard work and effort he had put in to reach this level. When she first met Xiao Yang back then, this youth, who appeared tender, but a little stubborn, dared to train within the dangerous magical beast mountain range. After all the storm all these years, the danger that he had experienced was also countless number of times greater than that at the magical beast mountain range back then. "I will refine Granny Hua's Do Chi as soon as possible, and I'll also spend effort to slowly control the flower sect." Yunyun's entire body appeared to have shrunk under the thin blanket as his soft voice was emitted. Xiao Yang was startled when he heard these somewhat baffling words of Yunyun. He watched the pretty face and finally appeared to have understood something. He was momentarily speechless. A favor from a beauty was something that was most difficult to accept. The atmosphere within the room had suddenly become a little enchanting. A moment later, Xiao Yang let out a dry cough and broke the silence. After which, he took out a jade bottle from within the storage ring. Some purple-brown danwans were stored within the jade bottle. An extremely hot energy was vaguely emitted from the medicinal bottle. "These are flame-leaving pills that I have refined. Each of them contained a trace of strength from a heavenly flame. You can consume one when you refine the Do Chi of the seal in the future. It will aid you in increasing the speed of refinement. At the same time, it will also allow your Do Chi to be refined until it is extremely pure." Xiao Yang placed the jade bottle gently on the bed and smilingly spoke to Yunyun. "Yes." Yunyun received the jade bottle and nodded with a slight smile. "I will leave tomorrow. If you end up meeting some trouble that you cannot resolve in the future, you can come to the Falling Star Pavilion to look for me. You are leaving tomorrow, Yun said. The hand which she used to hold the jade bottle tightened a little when she heard this. I cannot remain here for too long. Otherwise, I'm afraid that I might end up attracting the experts from the Hall of Soul. At that time, I would end up implicating the flower sect. Xiao Yang spoke seriously. Yun was not someone who failed to see the larger picture. Although she felt some dismay in her heart, she still ended up nodding. She softly said, yes, you should be careful. Xiao Yang smiled and nodded. He once again gave Yun some instruction, before turning around and left this lady's room, where a fragrance lingered. Yun's silver teeth bit her red lips as she watched Xiao Yang's back, which was leaving. She softly muttered, it has been so many years, but I'm still unable to get rid of this little enemy. Since I am unable to escape, I shall put in the effort again for you. Originally, Yun was not really interested in increasing her strength. All she wanted to do was to find a quiet place to pass the rest of her life, when she came to the Central Plains. However, who could have expected that even though this was the case, that person, who was buried deep within her heart, would once again appear in front of her. Only when she met him again, did she realize that it was impossible for this feeling to be forgotten with the flow of time. Instead, it would be brewed by time until it became increasingly mellow. She would not say anything regarding such a feeling. All that she wanted was to remain behind him and quietly providing him some help. This was because Yun was aware that Xiao Yang was carrying too much on his back. He was also too tired. She wanted to help share a little of his burden. After having resolved the problem of the seal for Yun, Xiao Yang continued to remain within the flower sect for one day. After which, he led Qinglin and Yun to bid farewell to the first elder of the flower sect. The first elder of the flower sect felt a little regretful with regards of Xiao Yang's swift departure. She wanted to get him to stay, but seeing that Xiao Yang had made up his mind, it was inappropriate for her to stop him. All she could do was to allow the two to leave. After saying his goodbye, Xiao Yang and Qinglin directly left the flower sect. After which, the latter summoned the 9 serene deep-ground python, and once again hurried towards the Falling Star Pavilion. Cloud was absent in the azure sky within thousands of kilometers. Suddenly, an enormous black figure rushed past the distant sky with lightning-like speed. A deafening rushing wind sound rumbled continuously in the sky, attracting quite a number of gazes. This rapidly moving enormous black figure was naturally Xiao Yang and Qinglin, who had left the flower sect for about 2 days. Both of them were basically traveling during these 2 days, and did not take many breaks along the way. Although using the 9 serene deep-ground python to travel was a little eye-catching, it would seldom attract any trouble. This was because everyone knew of the strength of the 9 serene deep-ground python, which was one of the 3 great tribes in the magical beast world. Unless there was some special circumstances, otherwise no one would easily offend them. Young Master Xiao Yang, we have basically left the territory of the flower sect's influence. In another few days, we should be able to reach the Falling Star Pavilion. Qinglin's eyes swept in all directions while standing on the enormous body of the 9 serene deep-ground python. After which, she turned her head and spoke to Xiao Yang, who was seated behind her. Understood. Xiao Yang nodded slightly. His hand rubbed the 9 serene deep-ground python under him, and the image of a 7-colored huge heaven-swallowing python flashed across his mind. Kaylin. I wonder if your womb really possessed the bloodline of the Xiao clan. A complicated expression flashed across Xiao Yang's eyes when he thought about Cai Lin. He wondered how this Queen Medusa, who had once chased after him until he was forced to flee, was. With her strength, it was likely that she would have few opponents who could match her in that region, right? Young Master Xiao Yang. The pretty face of Qinglin by the side changed a little while Xiao Yang had sunk into his memory. She softly cried out. What is it? Xiao Yang was pulled back from his thoughts by the cry. He was startled as he asked. Something seems to be wrong, Qinglin softly replied. Xiao Yang's eyes immediately narrowed when he heard this. His gaze slowly swept around him. At this moment, they were in the sky above a sparsely populated mountain range. However, it was surprising that there was actually not the slightest magical beast roar in this mountain range. It was as though the place was a death region. Xiao Yang slowly stood up. He got Qinglin to halt the 9 serene deep-ground python. After which, his eyes paused on an empty space a short distance in front. He spoke faintly, "Since you have come, why are you hiding yourself? Don't you agree?" Yao Hua Liangjun. Rat, your perception is quite good. The space in front became distorted after Xiao Yang's words sounded. Immediately, a couple of figures appeared from nowhere. At the same time, a vast and mighty aura also spread over from all directions. There were a total of 4 people who had appeared. Amongst them was Yarahua Liangjun, who had suffered a blow from the annihilation fire lotus of Xiao Yang back then. The other 3 were all expressionless elders in grey robes. The auras of these 3 people were not any weaker than Yarahua Liangjun. Looking at the badge on their chest, they were surprisingly all from the Profound Sky sect. Xiao Yang, you have ruined an important matter of my Profound Sky sect. Do you really think you can just leave like this? Do you think that my Profound Sky sect do not dare to do anything to you just because Yao Chen had advanced to a ban Xing? Yao Hua Liangjun gently flapped the foldable fan in his hand. The smile on his face contained a dense emotion. Xiao Yang glanced at this fellow and spoke indifferently. You are able to wait for so long. I think that someone has informed you, right? For example, Hua Jin of the Flower Sect. Xiao Yang's eyes turned towards the forest below after his voice sounded. A figure had appeared from that spot. It was Hua Jin from the Flower Sect. At this moment, the latter was staring at him with a face filled with murderous intent. She coldly laughed. You have ruined a big matter of this chief. Today, you shall use your life as compensation. As for that slut Yun Yun, this chief will finish her off sooner or later. Xiao Yang, just surrender and return with the old me to the Profound Sky sect. On the account of Yao Chen's face, my Profound Sky sect will treat you well. Otherwise, that grey-robed elder, who was the leader, opened his mouth faintly at this moment. A dense killing intent had suddenly surged in his last sentence. Otherwise, this place shall be where your bones will be buried today. Dense bone-chilling killing desire spread across the entire place. It was as though the air had solidified at this moment. The originally deathly quiet air above the forest had become just like winter, emitting an icy coldness that chilled one's heart. Xiao Yang stood on the large body of the 9 serene deep-ground python. He looked at Yarahua Liangjun 4 men group in the distance. After which, he glanced at Hua Jin below, who was looking at him with ill intent. 4 6-star Do Zuns. The ferocious reputation of the Profound Sky sect was really not earned in vain. Young Master Xiao Yang, what should we do? Qinglin frowned slightly and asked, because of this sudden situation. What else can we do? The Profound Sky sect has actually dispatched such a great force. I think that they are intending on capturing me. Xiao Yang smiled faintly. A bone-chilling coldness surged within his dark black eyes as he softly said, however, with just the 4 of you, you have really underestimated me quite greatly. Your tone is indeed quite arrogant. The strength of that fire lotus of yours might be great, but if the 4 of us join hands, we will be able to forcefully resist it. Without that kind of fire lotus attack, what can you be in the eyes of the 4 of us? Yarahua Liangjun laughed coldly. An arc was slowly lifted on Xiao Yang's face when he heard this. His hand seal changed before they suddenly stilled. Vast and mighty aura suddenly surged out from within Xiao Yang's body in all directions like a volcano. What you describe is the case 1 month ago. Majestic aura spread across the sky. Waves after waves of heat was quietly formed, causing the air of this place to swiftly become dry. 4-star Do Zun. Yao Hua Lianjuan's expression changed slightly when he sensed this aura of Xiao Yang. Although he had already obtained word of this from Hua Jin, the shock in his heart was still quite great now that he had seen it with his own eyes. Within a short 1 month, Xiao Yang's strength had rose by 2 stars. This training speed could be described by the word frightening. It should be known that if an ordinary Do Zun was to train normally, it was likely that he would need to cultivate a decade or longer in order to obtain such an increase in his strength. Yet, this amount of time had been forcefully shrunk by many times in Xiao Yan's hands. The chi method that this brat practices is a little strange. If we capture him this time around, we can force him to tell me about the chi method. If I can obtain such a chi method, my achievements in the future will definitely be quite great. Even within the profound sky sect, there will be hardly anyone who can contend against me. Yao Huoliangjuan's eyes flickered slightly. A greed flashed across his eyes. A mere 4-star Do Zun. You still do not possess the qualification to do as you please in the hands of the four of us. That grey-robed elder, who was leading the group, glanced at Xiao Yan with an indifferent gaze. He appeared a little impatient when he spoke until this point. He waved his sleeve and said, "This is the final time. Are you going to leave with us, or shall we beat you half to death and bring you with us? This skin of mine is a little thick. I shall choose the latter." Xiao Yang smilingly said. "You may." The expression of the grey-clothed elder was dark and dense. He nodded slowly before he suddenly stepped forward and spoke in a deep voice. "This brat is extremely cunning. Attack together and capture him first." Yao Huoliangjun and the two others nodded when they heard this. The former still had a deep memory of that fire lotus attack of Xiao Yang even until now. If he was alone, he would really not have the guts to attack. With the destructive force of that fire lotus, it was likely that he would lose his life immediately should he be careless. "Young Master Xiao Yang, I will block one of them. That slut below shall be dealt with by the 9 serene deep-ground python." A solemnness surfaced on Qinglin's face when she saw the other party beginning to act. This time around, the other party had come prepared. 4 6-star elite Do Zuns. This kind of lineup was really quite strong. They were few in numbers. Should they be careless, it was likely that they would really end up dying in the most unexpected place today. After her voice sounded, a green light flashed within her jade-green eyes. Over a dozen figures surfaced in the sky in an orderly manner. Immediately, they rushed towards Huajin under Qinglin's orders. This large group of human figures that had suddenly appeared and rushed over also gave Huajin a shock. However, after sensing that the strongest of this group was merely a 2-star Do Zun, she finally sighed in relief. She spoke in disdain. "You actually dare to take out some lowly creatures to embarrass yourself." Qinglin could not be bothered with Huajin's words. After having released all the experts that were sealed in her eyes, her face also became grave. Both of her hands formed numerous seals in a lightning-like fashion. Following the change in her seals, a fierce aura from the ancient times also slowly surged out from within her body. Upon sensing the ferocious aura that spread from within Qinglin's body, Xiao Yang understood that she had already begun to use the spiritual strength of the ancient heaven serpent. Immediately, he waved his hand. 11 puppets appeared in a flash. Within the blink of an eye, it had formed a formation. Energy was transferred and it swiftly caused the dark gold color on the sky demon puppet to become increasingly deep. With Xiao Yang's current strength, he should be able to fight against 2 6-star Do Zun, after using the Skyfire 3 mysterious change. Qinglin was currently only able to restrain one person. However, the other party still possessed 3 6-star Do Zun. Hence, he could only summon the Sky Demon Puppet and temporarily fight. Although the Sky Demon Puppet could barely be able to fight with a 6-star Do Zun with its strength, it should still be able to delay time. During the time that Xiao Yang summoned the Sky Demon Puppet, the ferocious aura of Qinglin by the side also became increasingly rich. Fortunately, both of her eyes still retained their clarity. Clearly, with her current strength, she was already able to begin controlling the ancient heaven serpent's soul. "Young Master Xiao Yang, I will attack first." Qinglin's body rushed out in a lightning-like fashion after her soft cry sounded. That ferociousness that permeated the sky also caused Yao Huolianjuan's 4-men group to have a change in expression. It is unexpected that this little girl is also troublesome to deal with. Fourth brother, I'll leave it to you. That leading grey-robed elder glanced at Qinglin, who was rushing over, with some surprise before he frowned and said, No problem." A somewhat skinny old man nodded with a shady face. Immediately, his body moved and he appeared in front of Qing Lin. He did not say anything else, as his dark and cold do chi surged out from his palm. After which, it ruthlessly slammed towards Qing Lin. Humph! Qing Lin let out a cold snort when she saw this skinny old man attacking. She did not give in. Green light lingered within her jade-green eyes, as she directly moved forward to meet him. "Xiao Yang, I really want to see whether you can escape from the palm of my profound sky sect today. Remember the name of this elderly self, Shenlu Guizhuan." The eyes of the grey-robed old man were dense and cold. He led Yao Huoliangjun and the other expert from the profound sky sect and formed a ring shape, surrounding Xiao Yang in the process. Attack! The moment Xiao Yang was surrounded, that so-called Shenluo Guizhuan's eyes revealed a ferocious expression. A cold cry sounded. 3 vast and mighty do chi surged out immediately. The 3 figures rushed over towards Xiao Yang with lightning-like speed. That ferocious attack directly caused the entire space to solidify. Go! Xiao Yang's back shook. That green-red bone wings were extended from it. His body swiftly pulled back. With a flick of his finger, that sky demon puppet transformed into a golden light that blocked one of the expert from the profound sky sect. Skyfire 3 mysterious change. First change. Second change. Third change. The seals formed by Xiao Yang's hands changed as his body pulled back explosively. The do chi over his body continued to soar in that instant. Within a short moment, it had broken the 4-star level. A moment later, the strength of his aura was no longer inferior to that of Yao Huoliangjun. The Skyfire 3 mysterious change of the Burning Flame Valley. Shenluo Guizhuan frowned when he saw Xiao Yang's aura soaring. He immediately laughed coldly. "Do not hold back. The Skyfire 3 mysterious change has a time limit. When the time's up, he will be unable to escape today." Understood. Yao Huoliangjun's expression was dense and cold as he nodded. The foldable fan in his hand emitted a faint unusual glow. His hand was raised before the fan fell. That foldable fan appeared to become extremely sharp blades that tore through the space and cut towards Xiao Yang's throat. Faced with Yao Huoliangjun's swift and ferocious attack, Xiao Yang merely tilted his head a little and narrowly dodged that sharp foldable fan. His right hand was clenched into a fist before ruthlessly smashing furiously onto Yao Huoliangjun's head. Humph! Yao Huoliangjun naturally did not dare to underestimate Xiao Yang's current strength. After having used the Skyfire 3 mysterious change, Xiao Yang's strength was not any inferior to him. Adding the might of the heavenly flame, there was even a sign of it having surpassed him in a head-on battle. Bang! A cautious thought flashed across Yao Huoliangjun's heart. He flipped his wrist and the foldable fan in his hand was completely opened with a ripping sound. After which, it blocked in front of him and forcefully received this punch by Xiao Yang. The punch landed on the foldable fan. That purple-brown flame that contained a dense whiteness suddenly surged out from Xiao Yang's palm. After which, it lingered over the foldable fan in a ferocious manner and swiftly spread over Yao Huoliangjun's body. The flame spread and the sleeve of Yao Huoliangjun turned into ashes in an instant. However, his reaction was also quite quick. When the flame spread over, his vast and mighty do chi erupted from within his body and surged explosively towards the flame with the intention of extinguishing all of them. However, a strange scene appeared when the do chi touched the flame. One could see that those do chi that came into contact with the flame would turn into substance like ice crystals in an instant. Hence, within a short moment, Yao Huoliangjun's arm was covered by a thick layer of ice crystal in front of his shocked eyes. What a strange heavenly flame! This unexpected change caused Yao Huoliangjun's expression to change drastically. His body pulled back hurriedly. Compared to a month ago, the heavenly flame of Xiao Yang seemed to have become even more powerful and mysterious. Xiao Yang was just about to give chase, after having forced back Yao Huoliangjun with one attack, when an elderly figure flashed and appeared in front of him. His shady face contained traces of dense coldness. A dark black large hand directly penetrated through the space like a ghost claw, carrying a kind of dangerous feeling as it grabbed towards Xiao Yang's head with lightning-like speed. Try and receive a 9-hell hand from this old me. Xiao Yang did not give in as he sensed the dense cold wind that spread from the large dark black hand. He coldly laughed. Do you think that I am afraid of you, old ghost, in a one-on-one battle? After his cry sounded, a flame hurriedly gathered on his palm. After which, he suddenly threw a punch forward. It heavily collided with Shenluo Guizhuan's large dark black hand. Octane blast. The wind around the fist suddenly became sharp as it violently collided with the large dark black hand. A shocking noise abruptly rang out. A rippling force also rapidly spread. The surrounding space gradually became distorted. The fist and palm collided, and a strong wind erupted in a circular shape. Xiao Yang and Shenluo Guizhuan's bodies trembled. Their feet took a couple of steps back. With Xiao Yang's current strength and the Skyfire 3 mysterious flame, he possessed the strength to exchange blows with a 6-star Dozun. Moreover, the flame mantra Qi method had evolved into a Qian-class Qi method. Do Qi surged over when it was circulated. He did not need to worry about being exhausted to death, should the other party take turns attacking. HMPH, not bad. You do indeed possess some ability. Surprise flashed across Shenluo Guizhuan's eyes since his palm ended up in a drawer with Xiao Yang's fist. His eyes slid to Yaohua Liangjun. At this moment, Yaohua Liangjun was rapidly resolving the flames around him. Although he appeared a little miserable, the flames did not cause him much harm. The strength of a 6-star Dozun was not merely for show. While Shenluo Guizhuan was pulling back, Xiao Yang's eyes swept around him. Qing Lin's battle in the distance was progressing well. With the strangeness of the triple jade-green snake flower pupil, and the help of the ancient heaven serpent soul, that expert from the profound sky decked was unable to do anything to her within this short amount of time. However, the other two battlegrounds were not looking good. Even after having experienced the strengthening by the formation, the sky demon puppet could only fight against a 4-star Dozun. That elder from the profound sky sect was a 6-star Dozun. The sky demon puppet was naturally at a disadvantage while exchanging blows with him. If its body could feel pain and wasn't extremely hard, it was likely that it would have turned into a pile of mud. Even though this was the case, sparks continued to sputter away from the sky demon puppet's body because of that fellow. Dents were starting to appear all over its hard body. While the sky demon puppet had fallen to a disadvantage, the many experts controlled by Qing Lin were also not facing a good situation. Although there were many of them, their strengths were all much weaker than Hua Jin. If there weren't 2 Dozun experts of the 2nd star blocking her, it was likely that the others would have already been finished off by her rising and falling blade. From the looks of the situation, they were clearly unable to endure much longer. Xiao Yang's eyes swiftly flicked over these battlegrounds. His brows involuntarily knit. The situation this time around was indeed a little troublesome. These fellows from the profound sky sect were not as easy to deal with as he had imagined. Rat, at this moment, you should take care of yourself first. A cold laugh was let out in front of Xiao Yang while he was frowning. He raised his head, only to see Shenluo Guizhuan and Yaohua Liangjun rushing over at the same time. Majestic Do Qi lingered over their bodies. Their murderous intent clearly indicated that they were beginning to attack together. Xiao Yang let out a long breath. His expression regained its calmness. A vast and mighty Do Qi swiftly rotated within his veins. A frightening strength that could destroy mountains and rivers rapidly circulated within his muscles. Attack! Shenluo Guizhuan's expression turned chilly as he cried out in a cold voice. Both Yaohua Liangjun and him rushed over at the same time. 2 unusually ferocious Do Qi pillars cut through the air. They were accompanied by a deafening roar as they explosively rushed toward Xiao Yang. Xiao Yang's expression was grave as he faced the combined attack. He clenched both of his hands. The purple-brown flames in his palms contained hints of a dense whiteness as they explosively surged out. After which, they formed into two large fire hands and forcefully collided with the Do Chi pillars. An earth-shaking explosion erupted. Do Chi slowly expanded across the sky. Its might caused the space to form a distorted illusory form. Looking from a distance, it appeared as though there was a mirage above the forest. 9 Hell Hand. Evil Wind Tear. Shenluo Guizhuan and Yaohua Liangjun joined hands. Numerous incomparably ferocious Do Chi attacks continuously poured out. They wildly flew toward Xiao Yang. It was obvious that the two intended to rely on their numbers to forcefully grind Xiao Yang to death. Flame-splitting tsunami. Open mountain seal. Xiao Yang's expression was grave when he faced these two crazy attacks, but powerful Do Chi was unleashed as he pleased. He then randomly attacked and collided with the attacks of the duo. Bang bang. The sky had become extremely excited because of this incomparably intense battle. Bright, beautiful energies exploded apart like fireworks. The explosive sounds of energy colliding made themselves known. One could even vaguely sense the energy ripples within a 50-kilometer radius. Seeing Xiao Yang grow fiercer the more he fought, Shenluo Guizhuan started to frown in a tight manner. Such a prolonged battle had exhausted their Do Chi by a frightening extent. The two of them felt that the Do Chi within their bodies had been greatly reduced. However, Xiao Yang did not show any signs of weakening, and instead appeared to be full of energy. Shenluo Guizhuan suddenly cried out, after gently inhaling a breath of air. Upon hearing his cry, Yaohua Liangjun slightly nodded. The aura all over his body suddenly changed. An extremely rich killing desire slowly spread from both their bodies. Xiao Yang frowned upon sensing their killing auras, which had suddenly turned demon-like. This kind of feeling was not foreign to him. The old me shall see how much you can endure today. The murderous auras swiftly spread. Shenluo Guizhuan's eyes suddenly widened. He sharply cried out, "Heaven-offering demon hand." A substance-like killing fog billowed from their bodies after his cry sounded. The fog formed a cluster of dark clouds in front of them. The dark cloud moved and a 100-meter-large dark black hand suddenly rushed out. After which, it reached toward Xiao Yang. The dark black large hand was filled with a murderous aura that caused one's heart to chill. This kind of desire to kill was formed from the will of the duo. If this hand were to strike Xiao Yang, it would definitely damage his resolve. The heaven-offering demon hand her. Xiao Yang merely laughed as he studied the enormous hand that grabbed at him from all directions. His body trembled. A similar wave of sharp killing desire surged out of his body in a lightning-like fashion. Within a short instant, another dark black hand rapidly formed in front of shocked eyes. After which, the hand rushed over and violently collided with the large hand. Bang! The two collided. However, no loud explosions appeared, only a slight muffled sound could be heard. The murderous intent widely spread. Shenluo Guizhuan's and Yaohua Liangjun's breathing became heavier once they were infected by this murderous aura. The two auras began to erode each other after they collided. After which, they slowly scattered. The desire to kill suddenly dispersed. 3 pale-looking people appeared within it. You actually know one of the ultimate and most guarded sect skills of my profound sky sect, the heaven-offering demon hand. Shenluo Guizhuan's expression was full of disbelief as he stared at Xiao Yang. That Do skill that Xiao Yang had used earlier was obviously the same as theirs. Xiao Yang ignored the stern cry. The heaven-offering demon hand was something he had obtained from the hands of Yi Chen of the profound sky sect. Xiao Yang had frequently practiced it after obtaining it. However, this was the first time that he had used it. The effect he had obtained appeared not bad. Do not give him the opportunity to relax. He has also been exhausted. Yaohua Liangjun's expression was a little ugly as he yelled in a deep voice. Shenluo Guizhuan slightly nodded. He was just about to attack, when he saw a strange smile suddenly lift onto Xiao Yang's face. Xiao Yang then slowly parted his hand. The two of them suddenly sensed the natural energy around them start to boil like water. Wave after wave of substance-like energy continuously rushed towards Xiao Yang's body. With the support of this vast and mighty energy, the paleness on Xiao Yang's face slowly disappeared. This is Qian class Qi method. Shenluo Guizhuan's group was immediately dull when they witnessed this scene. With their experience, they were naturally aware that this act of plundering energy was something that could only be achieved by a legendary Qian class Qi method. No wonder the two of us are unable to exhaust him no matter how we fight. This fellow has the support of a Qian class Qi method. The mouths of the duo twitched. By possessing the support of a Qian class Qi method, Xiao Yang's Do Qi was basically endless. The two of them, on the other hand, would experience a time when their Do Qi was exhausted. Just how were they going to fight such a battle? Xiao Yang's eyes were slowly opened while the two were shocked. He sensed that his body was filled with a lot more Do Qi, causing him to involuntarily smile. He mockingly asked the other two, again. Shenluo Guizhuan's expression became gloomy when he saw the way Xiao Yang acted. He said, "You should not act so pleased. Our profound sky sect is not the only one interested in you." After uttering these words, Shenluo Guizhuan's eyes landed on the forest below. He cried out, "If you do not attack, this brat will end up escaping again." "Ha ha, Elder Shenluo, please be reassured that he will not be able to run. I was afraid that he possesses a spatial jade that Yao Chen made him. Therefore, I sealed this space first." Shenluo Guizhuan's cry had just sounded when a faint laugh rang out. The sky became slightly distorted and a figure slowly appeared. Xiao Yang's heart sank when he saw the familiar figure that appeared in the sky. Ninth Qianzuan, even you have come. Part 2 end here.